What if I told you there's a Caribbean island where trees grow sideways, beaches are always public, and people speak 4 languages fluently? Welcome to Aruba, a sun-drenched paradise full of mysteries, legends, and secrets you've never heard of. Forget what you think you know about island life. Ready to uncover the Caribbean's best-kept secrets? These 15 facts will blow your flip-flops off. Due to limited original footage, some segments of this video will be filled with relevant stock clips and imagery to maintain visual flow. Thank you for your understanding and support, and now, let's dive in. When Spanish explorers first set foot on Aruba in the year 1499, they were stunned by the height of the indigenous Caquetio people. Compared to Europeans of that era, who averaged around 5 feet 5 inches, the Caquetio stood significantly taller, earning Aruba the nickname Isla de los Gigantes, the Island of Giants. These native inhabitants were part of the Arawak linguistic group and had migrated from Venezuela centuries earlier. Their impressive stature wasn't the only thing that left an impression. The Caquetio built large villages, practiced advanced agriculture, and created petroglyphs in caves that can still be seen today. While the Spaniards initially believed the island had little value, this encounter with the giants became one of the most talked-about features in early colonial records. The Caquetio's tall frames, along with their physical strength and endurance, also made them targets for forced labor in other Spanish colonies. Over time, many were deported to Hispaniola, decimating the local population. Yet their legacy remains deeply rooted in Aruban culture and folklore. To this day, the legend of Aruba's giants is one of the island's most iconic and mysterious origin stories. When the Spanish first arrived in Aruba, they were disappointed by what they found, or rather what they didn't find. Unlike other Caribbean islands, Aruba had no gold, no spices, and no fertile valleys, leading them to label it Isla Inútil, or the useless island. For over 2 centuries, Aruba remained a forgotten outpost in the Spanish Empire, used occasionally for cattle grazing and as a place of exile. But everything changed in the 19th century when gold was unexpectedly discovered near the Bushirabana and Balashi regions. A full-scale gold rush began, transforming the island's economy and attracting fortune seekers from all over. Over the next several decades, Aruba produced more than 3 million pounds of gold, injecting new life into its previously overlooked shores. Old gold smelters still stand today as haunting reminders of this glittering chapter in Aruban history. Ironically, the very land once dismissed as worthless became one of the Caribbean's richest in natural treasure. Aruba's golden legacy serves as a perfect metaphor for the island itself. Never judge a paradise by its first impression. Aruba's relationship with aloe vera goes back to the year 1840, when the plant was first introduced to the island. Thanks to Aruba's hot, dry climate and consistently sunny weather, aloe thrived here like nowhere else. Within just a few decades, it had spread so widely that by the early 20th century, 2/3 of Aruba's surface was covered in aloe fields. The plant's soothing, healing gel quickly became a valuable export, used in cosmetics, medicine, and skincare across the world. Aruba became one of the largest aloe exporters globally, earning it the unofficial title of Aloe Vera Capital of the World. To preserve and promote this legacy, the Royal Aruba Aloe Company was founded in 1890, and it still operates today. Visitors can tour its museum and working factory in Hato, witnessing the process from leaf to lotion firsthand. Beyond its economic impact, aloe vera is deeply woven into the island's identity. It even appears on Aruba's national coat of arms. More than just a desert plant, aloe symbolizes resilience, healing, and Aruba's ability to flourish against the odds. Aruba is one of the most linguistically diverse places in the Caribbean, with most locals fluently speaking at least 4 languages. The official language is Dutch, a legacy of colonial rule, and it's used in government, legal affairs, and formal education. However, the true heart of daily communication is papiamento, a unique Creole language that blends elements of Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, African dialects, and even a dash of English and French. Papiamento is not just a means of communication, It's a cultural symbol, rich in rhythm and identity, and was officially recognized as Aruba's second language in 2003. English is widely spoken, especially in tourism, and Spanish is also common due to the island's proximity to South America and frequent interaction with Venezuelans and Colombians. This multilingualism allows Arubans to switch fluidly between languages, often doing so mid-sentence without hesitation. Children grow up exposed to several languages through school, family, media, and social life, making them impressively polyglot from an early age. This linguistic versatility also makes Aruba incredibly welcoming to international visitors, who rarely face language barriers. It's not just a tropical paradise, it's a real-world example of cultural fusion through language. Aruba's Carnival is the island's most colorful and electrifying celebration, lasting for more than 2 months each year. It begins in early January and culminates on Fat Tuesday, the day before Ash Wednesday, blending Catholic tradition with Caribbean flair. The entire island comes alive with grand parades, steel drum competitions, dazzling costumes, and non-stop music echoing through the streets. One of the most iconic events is the Grand Parade in Orangestad, where dancers in feathered headdresses and glittering outfits perform for hours under the scorching sun. Another crowd favorite is the Lighting Parade in San Nicolas, a nighttime spectacle of glowing costumes and illuminated floats. Carnival is more than just entertainment. It's an expression of national identity, unity, and joy, deeply rooted in Aruba's multicultural heritage. Local communities spend months preparing their costumes and routines, passing down traditions from one generation to the next. Tourists are encouraged to join the celebration, making it one of the most immersive and unforgettable cultural experiences in the Caribbean. In Aruba, Carnival isn't just a party, it's the heartbeat of the island. Aruba's rugged northern coastline is home to several striking natural limestone bridges, formed over thousands of years by relentless wind and waves. The most famous of these was simply known as the Natural Bridge, located near Endemic Beach. Measuring over 100 feet long and around 25 feet high, it was once one of the largest natural bridges in the entire Caribbean. Sadly, in the year 2005, the iconic structure collapsed due to erosion, but its remnants still attract visitors, and a smaller adjacent formation, called Baby Bridge, remains intact. These geological wonders were formed when waves gradually carved tunnels through the coral limestone, eventually hollowing out arches that spanned above crashing surf. Walking near the edges of these formations gives a visceral sense of nature's quiet power and artistry. Several lesser-known natural bridges dot the island, hidden gems for adventurous hikers exploring Aruba's wild side. The landscape here is raw and dramatic, a striking contrast to the calm, sandy beaches of the south. Aruba's natural bridges are not just scenic marvels, they're reminders of the island's ever-evolving relationship with wind, sea, and stone. Arikok National Park is Aruba's ecological crown jewel, covering nearly 20% of the island's total land area. This protected reserve is a stunning mosaic of arid deserts, rugged hills, limestone cliffs, hidden beaches, and volcanic formations. Visitors will find a surprisingly diverse range of flora and fauna, including cacti forests, Divi-Divi trees, and species found nowhere else on Earth, like the Aruban rattlesnake and the Aruban burrowing owl. The park is also a cultural treasure chest, containing ancient Arawak petroglyphs etched into the walls of caves like Fontaine and Quadiriquiri. These prehistoric drawings offer a direct link to the island's indigenous past, preserved in stone for centuries. Hiking trails wind through the terrain, leading to panoramic viewpoints, secluded bays, and dramatic rock formations. One of the highlights is Dos Playa, a pair of wild beaches perfect for photography and solitude. Unlike the polished resorts of the western coast, Arikok offers a raw, unfiltered experience of Aruba's natural soul. It's a reminder that beneath the island's sunny tourism lies a rich and wild heart waiting to be explored. Aruba's iconic Divi-Divi trees are nature's living compasses, permanently bent southwestward by the island's constant trade winds. These resilient trees, with their twisted, wind-blown trunks, are found all over Aruba and have become one of the island's most recognizable symbols. Their dramatic, wind-swept shapes point toward the calmer, resort-lined beaches on the island's leeward coast, almost as if guiding travelers where to go. The Divi-Divi, also known by its scientific name Caesalpinia coriaria, is exceptionally drought-tolerant and thrives in Aruba's dry, sandy soils. Locals and visitors alike admire them not only for their appearance, but also for the natural shade they provide in the otherwise sun-drenched landscape. Their unique posture is entirely natural. No human has shaped or bent them, making them an organic monument to Aruba's powerful climate. In local folklore, these trees are considered symbols of perseverance and adaptability. Artists often depict them in paintings and souvenirs, reinforcing their place in the island's cultural identity. For many, the sight of a Divi-Divi tree swaying in the warm breeze is the very essence of Aruba. One of Aruba's greatest natural advantages is its location outside the traditional Atlantic hurricane belt. Unlike many Caribbean islands that face severe storms during hurricane season, Aruba enjoys a remarkably stable climate year-round. This geographic blessing means hurricanes rarely make direct landfall, and even when nearby systems pass through, the island usually experiences only light rain or gusty winds. This makes Aruba a reliable destination for travelers, especially between June and November, when other islands face high weather risks. Tourism infrastructure remains consistently operational, and outdoor activities are rarely canceled due to weather disruptions. This climate stability also contributes to a strong real estate market and year-round business operations. Locals often say that Aruba offers summer all year, and with good reason. The island sees over 300 sunny days annually. This weather consistency enhances quality of life and gives residents and visitors a sense of security. Simply put, Aruba's location makes it one of the safest bets in the Caribbean for sun, sea, and peace of mind. Aruba's caves are more than geological formations. They're gateways to ancient stories and deep cultural memory. The most famous are Guadirikiri Cave and Hulaba Cave, both located within Arikok National Park. Guadirikiri is known for its two massive chambers lit by natural sunlight pouring through holes in the ceiling, creating an almost spiritual atmosphere. According to local legend, the cave was once the hiding place of a young indigenous couple whose forbidden love led them to flee from their tribes. They reportedly lived and died inside the cave, and some say their spirits still linger in the shadows. Hulaba Cave, nicknamed the Tunnel of Love due to its heart-shaped entrance, carries its own stories of secret rendezvous and romantic myths. These caves are also historically significant, containing ancient petroglyphs left by the Arawak people centuries ago. Bats now inhabit many of the cave systems, adding an eerie soundtrack to an already haunting setting. Whether you come for the history, the legends, or the surreal lighting, Aruba's caves offer a mysterious contrast to the sun-drenched beaches above. Despite its small size and arid terrain, Aruba is home to several unique species found nowhere else on Earth. One of the most remarkable is the Aruban whiptail lizard, instantly recognizable by its bright blue tail and lightning-fast movements. Another is the critically endangered Aruba Island rattlesnake, a rare and shy reptile that lives exclusively in the dry, rocky hills of Arikok National Park. With fewer than 300 individuals believed to exist in the wild, it's considered one of the rarest rattlesnake species in the world. Aruba also shelters the Aruban burrowing owl, locally called shoko, which has become a beloved national symbol and even appears on the island's currency. These animals have adapted to Aruba's dry, cactus-filled environment in extraordinary ways, making them resilient but vulnerable to habitat loss. Conservation efforts are ongoing, with both local and international organizations working to protect these species from extinction. Observing them in their natural habitat offers visitors a rare glimpse into Aruba's hidden ecological richness. Far beyond the beaches, the island's wildlife tells a story of evolution, survival, and deep connection to place. One of the most remarkable things about Aruba is that all of its beaches are public by law. Whether you're staying at a 5-star resort or just visiting for the day, you have the legal right to access and enjoy any stretch of sand on the island. This means even the postcard-perfect beaches lined with luxury hotels, like Palm Beach and Eagle Beach, are open to everyone, locals and tourists alike. There are no private beach clubs or off-limits areas where only certain guests are allowed, which is surprisingly rare in the Caribbean. This policy fosters a strong sense of inclusion and freedom, reinforcing Aruba's reputation as a welcoming and democratic destination. Beachgoers can walk for miles along the coast without barriers or private property signs stopping them. Locals often share spaces with tourists, especially during sunsets and weekend gatherings, adding a rich social flavor to the island's coastal life. It also encourages exploration. Whether it's snorkeling in Malmoc, relaxing at Baby Beach, or kite surfing at Boca Grande, every location is fair game. In Aruba, paradise is not a privilege, it's a public right. Beneath Aruba's turquoise waters lie some of the Caribbean's most intriguing shipwrecks, making the island a world-class destination for diving and snorkeling enthusiasts. The most famous is the SS Antilla, a massive German cargo ship from World War II, which was scuttled by its own crew in 1940 to avoid capture by the Dutch. Resting on its side in shallow waters near Malmoc Bay, the Antilla is now one of the largest shipwrecks in the Caribbean, stretching over 400 feet in length. Time and nature have transformed it into a thriving artificial reef, home to vibrant coral, sea turtles, and countless tropical fish. Divers can swim through its corridors and peek into decaying cabins, offering an eerie but exhilarating underwater experience. Other wrecks dot the island's coast, including small planes, tugboats, and fishing vessels that have met their fate over the decades. These submerged relics aren't just tourist attractions, they're snapshots of Aruba's layered maritime history. Each ship tells a story of war, trade, or weather gone wrong, preserved in silence beneath the sea. For those who love adventure with a side of mystery, Aruba's underwater graveyards are unforgettable. Aruba's cuisine is a vibrant fusion of Caribbean spice, Dutch tradition, Latin American influence, and African heritage. The island's most iconic dish is quechillena, a baked, savory concoction of spiced meat, often chicken or beef, stuffed inside a hollowed-out cheese rind, usually edam or gouda. It reflects Aruba's colonial past, when enslaved cooks repurposed leftovers from wealthy Dutch households into rich, satisfying meals. Seafood also plays a starring role in local gastronomy, with dishes like fresh red snapper, conch stew, and grilled mahi-mahi served daily across the island. Bunchi, a cornmeal-based side dish similar to polenta, is often served with stews or fried fish. You'll also find strong Indonesian influences thanks to Dutch colonial ties, especially in popular dishes like satay with peanut sauce and spicy pickled vegetables. Aruba's food trucks, called snacks, serve everything from burgers to local goat stew and are a beloved part of everyday island life. And let's not forget dessert. Bolo preto, a dense Aruban rum cake made with dried fruits, is a must-try during celebrations. Whether you're dining beachside or at a roadside hut, eating in Aruba is a journey through centuries of migration, adaptation, and flavor. The town of San Nicolas, once the heart of Aruba's oil refining industry, has reinvented itself as the island's creative capital. After the refinery closed, the community transformed its identity through art, launching a cultural revival that turned quiet streets into open-air galleries. Today, San Nicolas is known for its stunning street murals, vivid, large-scale works painted by both local and international artists. The annual Aruba Art Fair, held in this district, draws creators and spectators from around the world and fills the town with workshops, installations, and live performances. Every wall seems to tell a story, celebrating heritage, identity, folklore, and even social issues. This artistic movement has not only revived the local economy, but also inspired pride among residents, especially the younger generation. Visitors often describe San Nicolas as Aruba's soul, contrasting the luxury of resort zones with raw, expressive authenticity. In this vibrant neighborhood, art isn't confined to museums, it's a daily part of life. Through color, brushstroke, and imagination, San Nicolas proves that Aruba's beauty isn't just natural, it's cultural, bold, and alive. If you enjoyed discovering these mind-blowing facts about Aruba, don't forget to hit that like button and share the video with your fellow travelers. Got a favorite fact or a personal story from Aruba? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to Andy Explores the World for more wild, weird, and wonderful travel content. New adventures drop every week, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.